Hey guys, it's TBGP, and today, I am very upset. I'm angry, I'm depressed, I'm sad. I should be crying right now, honestly, but I'm holding it together. So, something horrible, absolutely terrible has happened, and if you've been paying attention to the life simulator world, you'll know what I'm talking about. Life by You was freaking canceled, and these cowards freaking put this garbage in a Paradox forum post. Ooh, that makes me mad, because they freaking know that people like me who doesn't pay attention to the goddamn forums, because why would I? We're not going to see this until until it was, everybody knew about it, and that makes me mad. So we're gonna read through this forum post, and I have like 2 articles I want to talk about that we're gonna skim through, and just know my anger has never been like higher right now, and I apologize if it doesn't sound like I'm angry and it sounds weirdly more like I'm excited. That's because you can't really tell in between my emotions of being bored, angry, excited. You can't tell, but let's freaking go. I have reading to do, and let's just say I'm not happy still. I'm just genuinely upset. Hi all, sadly we've decided to cancel the release of our long-awaited life sim, Life by You. This was an incredibly difficult call to make and is a clear failure on Paradox's part to meet both our own and the community's expectations. We realize this raises some large questions. Here we hope to shed at least some light on why we opted to cancel rather than delay, as we communicated earlier. Life by You has been in the works for a long time, and we've been very excited about the promise and the potential of this game. Our hope was always that it would be able to leave a mark in this exciting and new genre for us. That's why we opted to delay it twice, to give the studio and the game a fair shot at realizing the potential we saw. For each delay we made, we've seen incremental improvements, which in hindsight may well have led us to focus on details rather than the whole picture. A few weeks back, we decided to hold off on an early access release in order to reevaluate Life by You, as we still felt that the game was lacking in some key areas. Though a time extension was an option, once we took that pause to get a wider view of the game, it became clear to us that the road leading to release that we felt confident about was far too long and uncertain. This is not to say that the game has not shown any promising qualities. Life by You had a number of strengths in the hard work of dedicated team that went into realizing them. However, when we come to a point where we believe that more time will not get us close enough to a version we would be satisfied with, then we believe it is better to stop. This is obviously tough and disappointing for everyone who poured their time and enthusiasm into this project, especially when our decision comes so late in the process. At the end of the day, our job is to release games that are fun, interesting, and challenging for our players, and our every decision should be taken with that purpose in mind. When we get that right, we earn our pay. So how do we ensure we don't find ourselves here again? Honestly, there are no real guarantees. Games are difficult to get right, and we'll definitely make mistakes, which, as these things go, always become painfully apparent in hindsight, but still shouldn't reach the kind of magnitude regardless. We have to take a long and hard look at what led us here and see what changes we have to make to become better. In the end, our mission remains the same, and we'll continue to take whatever steps we need to do just that. First of all, I apologize for reading. This is why I promise you I will not be reading anymore. We're skimming through articles, okay? No one wants to hear me read for like 30 minutes, thanks. So that was the statement these losers released. And if you're just like, that's so mean, why are you being mean? I'm being mean for a very specific reason, which I don't know if anyone else can take this into account. I don't really like Paradox as a company. I do not really like Paradox as a company, and that's why I'm okay with being a little bit mean when it comes to these decisions that they made, because this makes me so mad on so many different levels. I'm gonna go off and talk about the articles before I get into my own stuff, because I can rant. I can rant, that's for sure. So we're gonna get to this next article. This is from Eurogamer, and it's called Paradox Shuts Down Life by You Studio Following Sims Like Sudden Cancellation. And I'm not going to read the whole article. I'm going to skim through it. I will be linking this in the description as per usual. But let's take some key points from this. they go through talking about like, oh, it was formed in like 2019. We had Rod Humble at the head of it, and they were talking about how Life by You was announced and it was revealed, and we remember the excitement from them. And then it got indefinitely delayed, which, ooh, that's where the problem started. And then they made a statement, apparently. The news of Paradox Tectonic closure was shared in a statement form at Paradox Interactive CEO Frederick Wester on the company's website. This is difficult and drastic news for our colleagues at Tectonic who've worked hard on Life by You's early access release, Westner wrote. Sadly, with cancellation of their sole project, we have to take the tough decision to close down the studio. We are deeply grateful for their hard work in trying to take Paradox into a new genre. See, I have so many words. Oh my gosh. I want to talk, but I'm trying to get through these articles. And it was talking about how this decision, unfortunately, means another round of job losses because everybody and their grandma are laying off people. It's oh my gosh, it's infuriating. It's genuinely infuriating. So we're going to talk about that in a minute, but let's go to the next article, which is very similar to this one. This is from IGN, and they actually got a dev to talk about this. It will be linked, of course. Life by You team spent a month in purgatory before studio closure. Laid off Paradox dev says. A now laid off Paradox is aligned with the team behind the Sims competitor spent a month in purgatory before the studio closed down. This is so freaking sad. Like, they're devastated, the cancellation, and they only had 24 members. I want to stress, they only had 24 members, okay, of a team where they did this. And they shut down freaking Tectonic. I got so many words. Oh my gosh, I got so many words. And they're like, it's difficult. They say the same thing. And we spent a month in purgatory and did everything we could to prove to them that we were worth launching. This makes me so sad. You guys don't understand. This makes me so sad, man. I'm not going to read the entire article. I recommend all of you to go ahead and read this. This little line right here, it just shows, okay? Them feeling like this absolutely shows. Really, I'd like to be much more fire and brimstone about it. I'm pretty ticked off, not gonna lie, but I'm trying to stay kind of respectful. So instead, I'll say this: this industry has become a place in which you can deliver more than expected, have AA money behind you, and still have the rug pulled 2 weeks before launch. See, this is what I mean. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're going to get into some other stuff now because we read the article. But please, I beg of you, read these articles. Like, please, read these articles. Get the full scope because I'm not going to sit here and read for 30 minutes to an hour, okay? Because I'm not that good at reading out loud, all right? Read these articles. Please, I beg of you. So now that we're done with the articles and all this kind of stuff, I'm going to talk about people's reactions real quick because then that can personally lead me into the other sections I want to talk about. People's reactions to this were mixed. There are people who are like, no! Not another life simulator game! That was me. Or, man, I really wanted to play this game. I'm so mad. People also who were like me, angry about the developers and what the freak Paradox was doing. And then there were people who were like, I'm glad the game was freaking canceled. And I got choice words. So, first of all, obviously, everyone's allowed to their own opinion of this game, but to be like, this is a positive thing, guys. Now The Sims has a better chance. Buddy, the freak? Like, why does another life simulator game need to be canceled for The Sims to have a chance? That doesn't sound right. The Sims should be, picking up the pace to be sure that they don't fail as a life simulator, because they've been failing for the last 10 years. So, being like, oh, it's good, now The Sims has a fighting chance. That's sad, dude. That's really sad. And that's all I'm gonna say about it, because I have a whole video about, Sims 5 coming, so I'm not gonna get too much into that. But no, for real, please stop that. That is just, no. There are also people being like, it's positive, at least the developers don't have to release a broken game. And I'm just like, the fact that you're trying to say that, guys, look at the positive, that's not positive. These people were freaking fired before. Okay, let me take a detour. I was recording this before. My audio was garbage and I did not want the video, so I'm re-recording it now. And I'm actually more angry than I was now, because now I actually learned the truth that these people were freaking laid off. They destroyed the thing. I don't know how many of them were laid off and how many were absorbed back into Paradox, but Tectonic was killed. They killed Tectonic. A majority of these people were probably fired. And we can obviously see that one of them at least was laid off. And that makes me so mad. No one understands why this makes me even more mad. I know this is probably before people found out people were laid off, but like the moment I heard they were gonna like get rid of the team, I knew people were gonna get laid off, and that's what makes me mad. These freaking $1 million, $1 billion, I don't know how much odd money companies out here are just killing off their teams because they're afraid, and it's just so stupid. Oh my gosh, it makes me so mad. This all comes back down to money. Next, we have people talking about, oh, there's other live sims, paralyzed, all kinds of stuff. That doesn't mean jack diddly freaking squat. Like, Life by You and the developers were still laid off. What are we going to do about that? These games aren't going to save these people. So, these people are now out of a job. They spent 5 years of their creativity and time developing a game that was literally nuked in a few weeks. Not to mention, they weren't even told that it was going to be, like, completely canceled until later. And that makes it so much worse. And that's why I'm like, please, your reactions, you guys are dumb. I'm sorry. People who reacted to this being like, woo, let's celebrate. Please stop. I want to mention something else, which is the state of the gaming industry, which I think is a thing that a lot of people don't understand. The state of the gaming industry is I'm going to say it's a poor state right now. We got games that are $70. Half people don't even want to freaking buy them. People aren't making as many games as they used to. And sadly, a lot of games are very samey, and this even goes for indie games. They're very samey. And now we have layoffs. I'm pretty sure Paradox also laid off people. I don't know if you guys seen what happened to Embracer, but like, Embracer's in a state, buddy. It's in a state. Xbox laid off a bunch of people. PlayStation like killed an entire division, and Square Enix is in debt. So obviously there's a lot of stuff going on related to gaming, and these are all like AAA freaking companies. We're gonna talk about EA too. EA has layoffs, as we all know, always. Gaming industry is in a questionable state, and I'm not surprised Paradox was like, I don't see Life by You making us as much revenue as we want, because the game is a life simulator and that genre is very unpredictable. We've only had one like reigning king of the hill the entire thing, which was The Sims. Like, there's no other life simulator that even compares or even similar to The Sims at the moment. Like, these new ones came out, and that's why people are excited about them, okay? Like, that's why. And it's just like so sad that they didn't see the potential and like the stuff with this game and decided, yeah, I think it's probably better we just cancel it. We don't need to shill any more money into this game. Instead, let's cancel it. The entire point of the early access was probably to gain more funding for the game, because Paradox most likely did not want to give it to Tectonics, and that's the freaking problem. And oh gosh, it makes me so sad because this game had so much potential. People were actually being able to play it. They had it's so sad. I'm not gonna sit here and act like the hate that this game was getting didn't contribute to its early demise. And I know people are gonna be like, girl, what are you talking about? I'm talking about exactly what I'm talking about. I genuinely think the abhorrent hate this game got did contribute to Paradox thinking of having like, maybe not, we can work on other games, even though I've heard there's other games that people would have liked to be canceled instead of Life by You because they don't look like they're doing well. Apparently Bloodlines 2, whatever that is, isn't doing well. Like, it doesn't look well, and everyone's like, yikes, dude, you should have canceled that instead. And gosh, it makes me so mad. It just makes me so mad, especially seeing how people are celebrating its death, being like, it was probably for the best. I'm just like, dude, this entire team just lost like their life likelihood. They just lost their creativity. They just lost the thing they've been working on for 5 years. No matter how much I dislike a gaming company or I dislike a game, I don't want to see people fired. I do not. I'm not going to talk about it for long, but I just want to say the state of life simulators is bleak. It's very bleak. The only one that has potential is Paralives. Anyone who mentions Inzoi to me, I have a video coming out about that. I'm not mentioning too much about it, okay? Definitely ending this with a lot less energy than I had in the beginning because I'm just sad. I'm genuinely sad. I feel so bad for the developers. I feel bad for everyone involved with Tectonic that just seeing their project get nuked and their company nuked in a day. And I know everyone's like, why are you saying nuked? Leave me alone. It was demolished, destroyed, absolutely discontinued. I don't know. They just, it's just so sad. And I don't like Paradox. very much as it is. And this makes it worse because they were just like at the ending of their statement, which I'm just going to go back to show you. They're like, we just make fun games and stuff like that. And this is so sad. You made the most corporate thing post when you just killed an entire company of 24 people who apparently you left in purgatory for a month. It's just not fun. It's just not sad. It's just not fun. I'm not satisfied. I'm so sad. Well, so yeah, with that much said, thank you guys so much for watching. This was TBGP. I'm gonna go cry in the corner. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you guys later, and bye-bye.